Hi, I'm Steve Esnoff from Resolute Private Wealth, and welcome to our first video update. I'm going to be running these updates monthly starting from January next year, and in these updates I'm going to talk to you about what's happening in financial markets, what's topical in personal finance, and then I'm also going to take the time to answer some commonly asked questions that I receive throughout the year. In today's update, I'd like to talk to you about the recent share market volatility and share market falls, which have been approximately 13% over the last 3 months from high to low. And what's caused this volatility and these falls has really been uncertainty. Share markets don't like uncertainty, and there's a lot of uncertainty around the US and the US economy. The US economy has been going so well for so long that there really is a fear that we're at the top of the cycle and the only direction from here is down and a slowing US economy. The supporting factors for this theory are that over the last 12 months there's been a lot of fiscal stimulus in the US from the Trump administration, and also there's been a lot of corporate tax cuts as well, which has really stimulated the economy. But now those measures are starting to peter out next year, and there's a fear that the economy is going to start to slow and there's going to be less growth. Coupled with that, we've got the US and China having ongoing trade discussions and this trade war, which is causing a hell of a lot of uncertainty between the two global powerhouses. There has been a time frame set for these discussions to come to an end and to an agreement being made, which is less than 90 days now. I fear that over this 90 days, that there may not be an agreement and it will take longer than 90 days for this agreement to take place, which I am confident an agreement will come together, but I just think it will take longer than what's expected, and that will also cause market volatility. There's also fears that over in China, their economy is slowing, and that's also having a dampening effect on global growth. Coupled with what's happening in US and China, we also have the unknown factor about what happens in the European Union and the UK and the Brexit events. This is really unknown, and it's causing some volatility as well. Alongside those two large economies, we also have a lot of political uncertainty, and if we're using Australia as an example, we're not sure what government is going to be in control from May next year. And there's a lot of fear from a financial point of view that if Labor is elected, that there's going to be a raft of changes that really affect personal investors, such as the reduction in the capital gains discount, changes to negative gearing, changes to the refund of franking credits, and all that causes a lot of uncertainty. We've also had the Royal Commission here over the past 3 to 6 months, and that's really been quite savage on finance institutions, and we've seen the banking industry in particular being hard hit and their share prices falling dramatically. So there is a lot of uncertainty, and that's led to the falls in the last 3 months. And with that in mind, I want to talk to you about what you should be doing with your portfolios and how you should be viewing these conditions looking forward. When you are looking at your portfolios, I think it really is critical that you remain diversified. You keep a diversified portfolio across all asset classes. You only take the risks that you're comfortable in taking, and you manage that through your asset allocation. And you really do need to take a long-term view, and you need to be able to block out the media noise that is daily and really keep focus on your long-term goals. And when I mean long-term, I mean 5 to 10 years out from now, where there are going to be ups and downs, which is quite normal in share markets, but we need to focus on those long-term objectives. And by keeping a balanced, diversified portfolio, you are going to be in the best position to achieve those objectives. Now, I can't tell you if the share market is going to be higher or lower tomorrow. No one can. But I think if you stick to those basic investment principles, then you really are in the best position to achieve your personal and financial goals. As I mentioned in the introduction, I am going to take the time in these updates to discuss some commonly asked questions throughout the course of the year. And as an example, some of the topics that I'm commonly asked about, which I'll answer in this forum, are: should you start paying down investment debt? when is a good time to start doing that? And should you be paying interest only or principal and interest? What is a great way to save for your young children or grandchildren when you have a 10-year plus time frame? Or I'm commonly asked questions around super, and in particular, how does the personal super contribution work when you can claim a tax deduction for those super contributions? So throughout the course of the year, I'll answer these sorts of questions, and if you have questions that you would like me to answer in this forum, please send them through to my email, and then I'll take the time to answer them in this forum. Finally, I'd like to provide a Resolute business update. We do have an exciting change happening in January, which relates to how we're licensed to give financial advice. Presently, Resolute engages a third party, being Capstone Financial Planning, to provide our license. And then Capstone then report to ASIC on a regular basis as to how Resolute engages with its clients and its compliance obligations. From January next year, I'm excited to announce that Resolute will hold its own license and hold its own AFSL, and will report directly to ASIC on its own. So what this means for Resolute and for its clients is that we're further removed from any other company or finance institution, which means we're in the best position to give you unbiased and unconflicted advice going forward. I'm really proud of this step, and it's a milestone that I've really wanted to achieve since setting up Resolute 3 years ago. So in the new year, I'll be writing to you, just explaining to you what those consequences are. And really from a day-to-day point of view, you're not going to notice a whole lot, but from an advising point of view, you can take comfort knowing that we really have no alignment to any other institution or company in the marketplace whatsoever. So I think that should provide you with a lot of peace of mind. Finally, we're closing the office on Friday the 21st of December. We're having a couple of weeks off, and we'll be opening back on January the 7th. So in the meantime, you can send me an email, or otherwise I'll look forward to speaking with you in the new year. Thanks very much. Bye for now.